Hello and welcome to t-breezy's kitchen, or t-breezy's kind of front yard, kind of side yard, backyard. Today we're making a little pumpkin cheese sage pasta type beat. As I was cooking, I was kind of messing around, workshopping this recipe guideline, whatever. So I have a couple of tips that I talk about in the video. Let me know if you utilize any of those, and yeah, I hope you enjoy watching, making, whatever-ing this. Let's get into it. Okay, so here I'm just filling my pot with water to boil, putting it on high, the whole shebang. Make sure to salt your pasta water, the whole 9 yards. Okay, and then here I'm getting into mincing my garlic. So I'm cutting off the kind of like ends, you don't really want your garlic, like the flat end and then like the pointy end. Cut that off, and then you'll use the side of your blade to smash your garlic cloves. It doesn't work if you try to smash them all at once, so just do like a couple at a time, but smash your garlic cloves and you can peel your garlic so easy, and then you can just get right into mincing. Okay, and when you're mincing, I'm about to do here, but yeah, there you go. When I do that, I'm taking the garlic off of the blade of the knife, and I'm making sure to keep my finger super parallel the blade so that I don't accidentally cut myself. And then when I have a little bit of garlic stuck to my finger, because I don't know if you ever noticed this, but garlic is like low-key sticky, but when you have that little bit stuck to your finger, I use the back of the knife to scrape it off. I don't use the sharp end of the blade. That's just, a safety thing. Okay, and then here I used Bonza pasta, and I'm just cook your pasta according to the package instructions. But if you're using a gluten-free pasta such as Bonza, or like if you use like lentil pasta, whatever, if you're using some sort of gluten-free pasta, it's gonna cook a little bit faster than regular pasta. So I would recommend starting your sauce and getting pretty much into it before putting your pasta on. Here I've got my saucepan, and I'm melting some butter into the pan, putting in garlic, and this is me putting in like salt, pepper, and dried sage. I did not have any fresh sage because I was kind of just inspired on a whim to make this pasta, but yeah, there's the sage. But if you can get fresh sage, use that would add so much to this pasta. If you take one thing away from my little voiceover tips, let it be that. Okay, and then I'm just browning the garlic in the butter here, and letting that kind of cook up. And then here I start adding in my cheeses. This is goat cheese because that's what we had open. I don't know if we had any cream cheese, but whatever. I would recommend using cream cheese. I don't know why, I feel like that would add to the pasta's kind of like, okay, and then here I'm adding milk, and it was too hot for the milk, but yeah, I feel like the cream cheese would add the right kind of creaminess, flavor, or whatever. Also about the milk, I use 2% because that's what I had, but I would use heavy cream or full fat if you can, because I think that would make this a lot better, and it would carry a lot of the flavors better, especially since I didn't have fresh sage. I think that a full fat milk would have helped carry the flavors that I did have much better. And then here I'm adding pumpkin puree. I just added some cottage cheese. I know people get sussed out by cottage cheese, but it adds so much protein and you cannot taste it. And later we're gonna blend it. It's gonna be totally fine. Okay, and then just mix up your sauce and then add more ingredients as you see fit. I think I added in some more cottage cheese and some more milk apparently. But yeah, also I didn't mention this already, but at some point in here I add cornstarch. I would add cornstarch to when you're doing like to your butter and garlic and sage before you start adding your cheese and stuff. Kind of like I'm totally blanking. A roux? I think it's like a roux. Like when you're doing like Alfredo. Okay, and then here are more spices. Nutmeg, and then I added some regular paprika and smoked paprika. You could just do regular paprika if you have it. You could just do smoked paprika if you have it. You could do both, like me. This will just kind of enhance the flavor, add a bit more flavor, add some smokiness, add some nuttiness. It's great. Season your food. Oh, and then some red pepper flakes, of course, because we're a spice family. I totally topped this with more red pepper flakes, by the way. And then, yeah, just mix it all up. Okay, yeah, here I'm adding in the cornstarch, but I would add it earlier to like your butter and garlic and whatnot, kind of like, I think it's a roux. Like when you're making Alfredo or like mac and cheese and you like add flour, you could also use flour, and you like add flour to your butter in your pan and whatnot. But yeah, because if you add it in too late, it kind of like, it's hard to like declump. But honestly, of all the recipes that you'd add it late to, this is probably not the worst, because we will be blending this shortly to get out the cottage cheese clumps. Okay, so as you can see, I just added some more cottage cheese. That was me adding more salt, and then this is me adding a bit more sage, because as I said before, I didn't have fresh sage, so the sage flavor was not as prominent as I would have liked it to be. So I was just adding in, and some more black pepper. But I was just adding in some more flavoring. I don't know if you saw, I like wiped the side of my spatula and tasted the sauce, and I was not feeling it, so I added some more fun stuff. Okay, like I said, we are going to be blending our sauce because cottage cheese is a little bit clumpy, and that's fine. And yeah, once you like blend the sauce, you're not gonna be like, oh my god, there's cottage cheese in this, you know? So just add it to your blender and blend it all up. And here's my thing, you have free will. You could blend your cottage cheese before if you wanted to. I wouldn't, because I find that just makes the cottage cheese really small clumps, and it doesn't become as homogeneous with the sauce as like I like it to be. Like I found that whenever I use cottage cheese in like other recipes, like you need to blend it with whatever you're cooking it with, otherwise it's not going to be nearly as homogeneous as you like it. And see, look, if you told me that there was cottage cheese in that, or if you told me that there wasn't cottage cheese in it, I would believe you. Okay, but yeah, I'm just adding it back into the pan to bring it back up to temp before we add our pasta. Oh, and then here I'm adding a little bit of fresh parm, because who doesn't love Parmesan? I just wanted to like add a little bit more of that kind of like cheesy, salty flavor to the sauce to kind of round it out. And so that's exactly what I did here by adding in the fresh parm, and then I just mix it up, and then I add in the fresh pasta. pasta's in, so now you're just going to want to mix it up so that the sauce evenly coats your pasta. And then once you've done that, you're basically done. You just get to top it, serve it on up. I topped mine with more fresh Parmesan, of course, which you'll see here. And then I also did a little bit of balsamic and some hot honey and some pumpkin seeds. Some arugula would be great with this. Okie dokie, thank you so much for watching as usual. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Let me know if you try this and what you think. And yeah, that's it. Bye.